in our last session of Wards and Witchcraft.
We're trying to survive here. Yeah, I got 2 successes.
This attack fills in all of your health boxes as Hannah cuts Ramona in half. But as this is happening, Ramona's teeth dig down into Hannah's neck. With 3 successes, you lift Hannah free from that portal. Hannah, you are back in the entrance hall with the vines.
Yeah, so Hannah is now on the ground with covering a giant wound in their neck with a lightsaber. That was not a fun party. Yeah, so this hi, thank you. Thanks, guys.
At that point, something else comes through the portal.
No.
It is massive and black, but it moves far too fast. It lands behind you, in between the snake room and you. A towering, 8-foot tall armored figure with a silver claymore.
This is a warning. This episode contains mature themes, including violence, body horror, and death. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right.
Oh, thanks, Lawrence.
Just tell him that you can offer him more than Ramona. Make a deal. That's what I'm going to try.
Ballsy.
I am going to use my lightsaber. I don't think he's alive, so.
In our last session, Parallax received gifts for his wedding, and Hannah also received gifts for entering into the home of a being known as Ramona, who lives in the Fae. Just before Ramona could impart these gifts, one of them being a goblet of blood, Hannah unleashed their lightsabers and cut Ramona down. Running for their life, they saw a means of escape, a hole in space linking them to their companion Parallax, who stands in the entrance hall filled with roots of the great time snake, which you seem to have found yourself investigating. Hannah leapt through that portal with some assistance of Mona's telekinesis and landed. But just before the portal began to close, something else came through too. Huge and black and clad in plate mail armor, it lands in a battle position, looking at each of you. You think, though it has no eyes. The Black Knight. Hannah, you saw this figure when Ramona allowed the other creatures in her castle to become visible to you. This was one of the creatures that was waiting there in that room. What does everyone do?
Hannah takes out her lightsaber and gets in a fighting stance and says, yeah, this guy's not a friend.
It could be. I say, we have no beef with you.
Parallax, Ethyls, there are still 2. What do you do?
How many of our group could the older Ethyl put like a death ward on?
You could do a death ward over the entire group. It wouldn't even be that dangerous for the older Ethyl.
Okay, older Ethel is going to do that.
All right, Death Gnosis, of course. Parallax.
Yeah, I'm seeing Hannah take their lightsaber out, so I'm gonna put my hand definitely like on the hilt of my sword and sort of be at the ready. I guess I'll cast a fate spell on myself. Fate. I'm gonna cast.
3 is enough successes to pull it through.
Fool's Brush In is what I'm gonna cast. That's it. Since technically I have the hilt of the sword in my hand, does that give me a +1 to fate?
Absolutely. Yeah. So you have an additional dot of fate magic as long as you are holding that sword in your hand.
Wonderful.
So are you casting it without any reach, or do you want to make it extended for the scene? Or any other reach?
Oh, I'll do it for the scene. I'm not,
Okay.
yeah,
That's still not overreach if you're just casting it on yourself.
that's right.
And for the duration of the scene, you won't suffer any untrained penalties.
Cool. And yeah.
The massive armored figure doesn't speak, doesn't respond to any of you. It slides forward. You don't see it take a step, its feet gliding across the ground as it swings the massive sword with a single hand towards Hannah. Hannah, roll your dex weaponry, strength weaponry, which is a better pool.
Strength weaponry. That's a 3 successes.
All right. So it also gets 3 successes, and your blade connects with its blade, and it doesn't slice through like a lightsaber should. The blue steel of the sword slides along your sword, and then the knight re-rolls several of its dice. And you take 5 points of lethal damage as it severs into your arm.
Oh no, my health meter is full of lethal damage.
So you did have some magical protections up. What magical protection did you have up?
What did I have up? I had life shield.
That sounds, I think that is the one that you had up. So that would have increased your defense, which I didn't let you have on this roll. But it also gives you armor, so you can reduce 2 of those points of damage.
To bashing.
Note to just they don't happen because your skin resists part of it. And actually, because of the death ward on you, even though your arm is badly damaged and you actually have a condition now because of your injured arm, the rest of those 3 points of damage are bashing damage because with your ripped open muscles, your body's just not bleeding out the way that it might be. But your arm is just in ribbons and it's your turn.
Okay, so my lightsaber can't cut through that sword, but my lightsaber can cut through spirit stuff. So this is not just spirit stuff. I'm going to disengage and get farther away from this person thing, and try Howl from Beyond.
Yeah, you stumble back and cast that Howl from Beyond. The path that you are stumbling down, you know, leads to that mushroom forest filled with the strange glowing lights. Mona, what do you do?
With my forces, can I make his armor all rusty so he has difficulty moving?
So with matter, you could make it rust. With forces, you could weigh him down, increase the force of gravity.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, it's forces plus gnosis.
So I got 3 successes, but it's a praxis, so it's a critical success.
Yeah, that counts as 5 successes. Would you like to regain a point of mana, or would you like to apply a condition to this scene?
Oh. I have no mana. Is that like condition to the scene or to this or to the Black Knight?
It could be to the Black Knight.
Yeah, I am very upset at everything that has happened, and I'm going to take it out on the Black Knight and condition to the Black Knight.
Okay. That energy blasts out. Are you using any yantras as you cast this spell?
So the lightsaber doesn't count as a
hunting weapon?
Hunting weapon, right?
I don't
But I have not changed for the wedding, so I would have my other hunting knife, and I might like put them both up together and.
Yeah, you find that one of your arms doesn't raise up quite the way that it should, but the anger as your arm just doesn't obey you is thrust into the wave of spiritual energy that resonates off of your weapons and blasts into the night. And they start walking through that energy, just pushing past all of the damage. However, the force is so great that even with them moving forward, and they are moving steadily forward, they are held at bay this round.
Yeah, maybe we want to blow him up.
Or just run backwards. Can I use my wrench and speak in Atlantean?
It would take 2 rounds to do both of those, but you can pick either one.
I'll do one. What's that add? 2?
Yep, high speech would add 2.
And it's 9s and 10s?
It's 8s, 9s, and 10s.
Oh. 5.
5 successes. Oh, wow. So yeah, you force gravity down onto him. And even though it's stone here, he weighs a lot, it seems, because the stone underneath him cracks and breaks, and he sinks into the stone floor with the amount of gravity that you are laying on him now.
Good. I yell back to everyone else. Shall we run? Run? Yeah?
No, we're killing this guy. You trying to kill Hannah.
Be my guest.
Gladly.
Parallax, what do you do?
Oh, I'm going to slow him down.
Push him through a portal.
I don't really have much mana. Actually, yeah, I'm down to my last mana, and that I cannot spend. I could do something, but
mana and health.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that avenue just yet. But slowing him down, I like for now. Sorry, I got 3 successes on that.
All right.
Slowing him down.
You feel something happening through time, and if you'd like to spend a mana, you can reflexively activate your time sight.
No.
Okay, so
don't.
something is happening in time as you cast that spell, and all of you kind of get an uneasy feeling. Hannah, you can see the spirit of the snake, which had kind of been flowing past you in this waves of energy, kind of twist, and like it's moving, but it's not moving forward anymore. It's like wriggling side to side as if held. Ethyl?
All right, so older Ethyl is going to try to decay his sword.
Mm-hmm.
And younger Ethyl is going to use basically the only magic I feel like we've ever seen younger Ethyl use, and make a portal in front of him and see if he'll just like move into death if I put it like right in front of him.
Okay.
One trick Ethyl.
Yeah. I think that younger Ethel, it's still an overextension to try to do it to somebody else at Death 3.
Yeah, I mean, I have the older book. The older book just suggests you make a gate and whatever walks through it goes through it. But I don't know if that.
Yeah, I think that this actually, that it also works at Death 3 here too. So yeah, you can make a 2-dimensional plane that if he would walk through, that will ghostify him. You could transform the subject into a twilight state without the use of a gate if you overreached. So you could just send him, instead of trying to like open a portal up in front of him, you could just try to send him into the realm of death.
Okay. That's younger Ethel's idea, so she'll try it, even though that's probably the more responsible thing. But we've already committed that older Ethel's going to try to get rid of the weapon, and younger Ethel's got this one trick. So,
Right. So death versus for both the Ethels. They can each add a yantra.
yeah, I was going to say the older Ethel will speak in high speech, and younger Ethel will do the ashes as like a
Okay.
spell.
So it's +2 bonus for older Ethel, and with those ashes, you get a +1 bonus, and it actually reduces some of the paradox.
Yay! Thanks, dead ancestors. So older Ethel got a 4. Aw, younger Ethel also got a 4. Way
All
to
right.
go, Ethels.
As the older Ethel casts that spell on the sword, it ages. It ages decades in a minute, but it doesn't fall apart. It barely changes. It looks a little bit more tarnished, just slightly brown on the edges of the blue metal. The younger Ethel, as they cast that spell, there is a wave that courses through the armor, and then the armor and blade drop to the ground.
Oh my god, did it work?
What'd you do?
It tried to send him into death. I don't know if he can choose to come back, but he's gone for now. I think that was good. Byron? And I take out Byron, which I haven't taken out in a while. Is he okay?
Yeah, Byron is in the Byron skull bag. And as you take out the skull, you can see that ghost kind of forming. And also, as you activate Death Sight to see Byron, you see that there's a massive black figure in the realm of the dead, standing over the pile of armor, looking at you, Ethel.
That Ethel will just scream. It's not disconcerting at all. The knight's still here? I guess I didn't consider that part.
Can we destroy his armor while he's not in it?
Maybe.
So,
And lightsaber it.
yeah, you run over to that armor and pull out the lightsaber as Byron forms and looks around and says, "Now this seems strange." And then as the blade hits into that armor in the realm of death, you see that figure ripple down and into Hannah.
No.
I don't know any of this is going on, and
Roll.
I noticed that there's something peculiar about this armor, and one of my aspirations is to find out how things work. So I'm putting up my vision.
Prime
Rhoda,
sight.
don't touch it.
Yeah, I'm putting on. Well, I have prime sight, and I'm gonna do supernal vision because I want to know about this cool armor.
Yeah, it's definitely magic, but
Yeah.
the thing is that it's not awakened magic. It's something different. There's something off about it. You
Is
could
it-
roll Prime Gnosis to unveil this mystery, but as that's happening, Hannah, it's a Resolve plus Gnosis check.
This is not their day.
I want to point out to Mona not to touch it in her examining the armor.
4.
That is just enough to resist as you feel an intense wave of hatred and anger flow through your body. Your brain tells you that this is like a spirit trying to take over, and you react, casting it out with all of the essence in your soul. With 4 successes, Mona, you can tell that that armor isn't entirely made up of matter. you actually think that it's made up of fate itself. It's like it's plot armor.
Yeah, and everyone knows if it's part of the plot, you can't destroy it. But I can take it. Can I see if it's like dangerous to don on?
That is not
Hold
something
on.
my sight can see.
When Hannah touched it, when Hannah went towards it, like the ghost tried to go into Hannah and somehow they resisted it. Did I see the ghost go back out?
Yeah, it's kind of like they were touching and it never fully made it into Hannah.
Okay. Well, it went for Hannah.
Okay. Well, I have no protection against spirits, so let's just leave it.
Yeah, they're in the death realm, right? They don't have to worry about them. I'm looking it up. So you think he's not gonna come out of there, right? You have contained in there.
Assuming he doesn't have any way to bring himself back out, I don't know, honestly.
Tried to possess me, I would really like to have him destroyed.
Well, you're a spirit mage. How would you destroy a spirit? Can I tell if it's a spirit?
I think he's a spirit.
Oh. Also,
Did not
you guys,
react
like, this armor is not entirely matter. It's also fate. Is it like a fate spell? Or is it just fate itself?
Very hard to tell. It's not like an awakened spell, but it could be a spell in the way that is the working of something's will.
Can I use a fate spell to determine if, like, this is you shall live until you fulfill this thing that I've set for you in your fate kind of fate thing? Would that fall under interconnections? You can ask specific stuff.
I think that interconnections could ask about its connection with anything else here, but it would be more of just a fate sight kind of thing to examine it and see, like, what is its fate?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
fate too.
We could
And
both look at
prime.
it.
Yeah, I really want to know how this works. So I have fate 2 and prime. Can I somehow combine the two?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll fate spell.
Fate prime gnosis?
It uses the lower of your arcanum, and since your fate is lower than your prime, it would use your fate.
Okay.
I got a single success.
If you could overreach on interconnections, so if you had it as a rope, for example, then you could discern specific information about a subject's destiny, including the doom if they had a destiny merit.
And can I speak in Atlantean?
Yes, what do you declare?
I declare, tell me your secrets. Do I get 2 for that?
Yeah.
Okay, I got 4 successes.
Okay. With 4 successes, as you look at the fate of this armor, you can tell that the armor itself is somehow cursed.
Oh, well, this is cursed.
You are pretty sure that the armor is responsible for binding the soul of the wearer. Something about this armor holds. It's very unclear exactly, but it's like the essence of a person.
You guys,
Sealed
this person
inside.
is, this person is stuck inside this armor. His soul has been bound to it. They're unable to escape because the armor is cursed. We need to find out who made this armor so they can break the curse. It's probably...
As you are saying this, the armor begins to rise as you see that shadow filtering back down into the suit of armor.
We'll break your curse. We'll set your soul free.
The figure begins to rise taller and taller right in front of Mona and Hannah.
Yeah, I'm backing up, but also still saying that.
What if we just break his curse? Can any of us do that?
Oh, could we? I'm speaking in Atlantean too, in case he doesn't speak our language.
As you ask, could we? The older Ethyl thinks that there's a chance that they could do it. They're not entirely sure, but they're the strongest fate mage amongst you. The armor, almost at its full height, though it's still sunken partially into the ground, raises a hand, and the blade levitates up into that hand. It moves towards you, Mona. What is your defense?
3.
All right. So it moves lightning razor fast. That's a bad roll.
Oh, wait. I don't have a fate shield. Never mind.
What shield do you have up?
I have my prime.
Ooh, that does not stop swords usually. This sword flies down. It's like going right for your heart. But you see it coming and you drop to your knees as it goes right over your head.
Oof.
As if fated on 8 dice. No successes.
Oh, good. Can I change my shield to force this?
You can. For a mana, you can instantly do it, or you can take your action to do it.
Will it be free if I take an action?
Yep.
I'll do that then on my action.
Well, it's your action now. What's everyone else doing?
I would like to spirit summons and get the closest spirit, which I hope is the time tunnel itself, to come to defend us.
Yeah. So there is the great time snake that you are inside of, but you could also pull those vines, which you know have a spirit of entrapment on them.
Yeah, that. Plus, I don't think the time tunnel is probably greater than rank 5.
Yes.
Yeah, so it wouldn't work. So yeah, those snaky vines.
Spirit appeals.
Spirit appeals, and I'm going to say it in high speech. We're the only ones meant to be here to defend us. And that's oh, and it says, oh wait, +2. Nope, and it's still a single success.
The vines move like they are beginning to respond to your commands. They like reach out down towards the night, beginning to impede their movement. Ethyl's and Parallax.
I'm curious if there's like any obvious glyph on the suit of armor or some sort of symbol on it that could perhaps bind the soul to said armor. I want to do I think I wonder if I'm doing this right, but I kind of want to cast serendipity and then somehow use a like investigate check to see if I can't figure that out real quick.
Yeah, serendipity would let you investigate the potential roads of your destiny, and at Fate 3, you could use one reach to replace any skill with another one in the same category. Actually, you could do it at +2 reach and replace it with any skill. So you could use one of your skills to do anything else with a successful serendipity.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. I'm going to be using academics instead then. I'll do it with +1 reach because it's in the same field.
Yeah, so you want to look for clues at this Black Knight.
Noise. I got 5 successes on that.
So looking at the knight, you recognize or are told, you can't tell, is either your mind telling you or the world telling you that this Black Knight is someone famous or infamous. You're pretty sure that this is Mordred. Mordred is a son or a nephew of Arthur who essentially betrays Arthur with Morgan Le Fay, and is implied to be Arthur's murderer. So you know that the person in this suit is a fantasy character from Arthurian myth. You know that there is something about them that is doomed and cursed, that they are an individual who is filled with hate and malice, wronged by the world, wronged by their family, and in turn they wrong others.
Well, useful to know. I'm not exactly sure how I could use that to kill them. Anyone have any ideas?
Well, it's Ethel's turns.
So do we think like trying to break his bond with the armor is a good thing now or a bad thing? Like, are you just releasing a spirit to be more crazy?
I feel it would be good because wouldn't their spirit like move on?
Maybe?
The spirit was super angry, super hateful when he was trying to get in my body.
But if we like freed him from his armor, would he then have an easier time getting in your body?
Maybe if we freed him from his armor, he wouldn't be so angry since the armor's like a cage, and we would do something nice to him. And then his heart will grow 3 times as big.
It's exactly what I was just thinking. Like, where's the after school special solution of like, you know, we give him a hug and he feels accepted. And all right, so older Ethel will see, having succeeded in breaking the Parallax bond, if she could break the knight armor curse. Younger Ethel will ready her one and only pony, which is to make a ghost gate for us to all run through. This is a real bad idea. You can be dead for a little bit. It will be fine.
Yeah, roll
Byron does it all the time.
Fate
Sorry.
Gnosis for that severing of spells. And yeah, it happens all the time. You just run through the realm of death. No big deal.
I mean, we hang out with Byron. Byron's in death all the time. Look how cool he is.
Oh yeah, Byron is totally here too. And Byron is looking at that spirit and looking at you. And you see Byron like doing a ghost thing. Like they are moving and gestating in the spirit world. And with 3 successes, you feel that as you go to like cut the bond between knight and armor, whereas the fate oath sworn by the other wizards snapped when you applied the force, this one, it's like it's hard as steel. It's beyond 4 dots of fate to change this. Byron is going to also be essentially using a ghostly power here. And in the realm of like the undead, there's a swelling of a mist and water which starts crashing around on the night. Only Ethels see this, but you can tell that Byron is doing some sort of ghost water spell. Good old ghost water.
I explained that to everybody.
And the knight
The ghost water
moves to like attack again as the vines are pulling them down. It's really Hannah and Mona who are right there. And it's Hannah this time as it flings that sword. The sword flies from its hand. What's your defense?
Is 2, but plus 2 to my life shield, so 4.
Okay. Also suffering a penalty from the essentially the ghost water is impeding him in some way, even though he's a physical form. That blade still parts through as the arm gets buffeted to the side and it flies out. You deflect it from your main body, but it still sinks deep into your side. You end up taking what would have been another 5 points of lethal damage. But with your armor, it's only 3 points of bashing. But your body is really getting pretty torn up right now.
So when you run out of health squares with bashing, do they layer and become?
They do.
What do they become? Lethal?
Yes.
Cool.
Also,
So
roll a resolve plus stamina check to stay conscious.
Did my gravity spell stop when he traveled to?
Typically, spells only last 3 rounds unless you extend them to do it longer, which would have been overreach.
Oh, okay.
Hannah's had a rough day, and they collapse and pass out, I guess.
All right, with a big sword sticking into your chest, you just slump to the ground.
Run?
Pull her down.
Parallax?
All right, I'm doing a thing. I didn't want to do this, but actually, let's see if I do this right. I'm going to siphon mana from my essence
From your physical body.
to generate mana so I can do things.
All right, how do you hurt yourself?
I'm going to. It's from one of my main traits, right? That I reduce for a bit.
Yeah, you can absolutely reduce one of your main traits, or you can just deal yourself a point of resistant bashing damage.
Oh yes, I will definitely do that. I will. Yeah. Yep, resistant bashing. I'll do that. And yeah, now I've siphoned 3 mana. It's 3 mana, right?
That's right.
Cool. And now, can I still do an action, or is that my?
Nope. No, you can stab yourself and do a spell at the same time.
I am going to create a portal around the armor so that it sort of cuts them in half. Is what I'm trying to do.
Yep, you can definitely cast a space attack spell as you're doing that. So it's space
Yes.
plus gnosis.
Right.
I'm imagining like a portal opening up halfway through him, and then the top half just like falls into it.
This was a phenomenal roll. I rolled so many successes on
Oh,
this.
wow.
Oh my god, it's 7 successes on this portal spell. I'm just gonna chop that guy in half, or at least try to.
Yeah, so the spell blazes a plane right through the middle of his waist, and the top part of him flickers out, and it's like the armor gets broken in half. The figure inside the armor like dissolves as it breaks along. The armor itself is not damaged, you notice, but the figure inside seems to have dissipated, for as the top part of the armor falls, it like kind of rolls across the ground here.
All right. I sort of just go like, yeah, that's how it's done, people.
Can we maybe go back to the mansion to like heal? Let's do it. I try to lift Hannah.
All right, roll a strength plus athletics
I'll
check.
help.
As you start to do it, the suit begins to rise, one arm at a time.
I drop Hannah. Sorry, Hannah. And I'm going to cast the gravity one again.
Top half or bottom half?
Are they close together?
Fairly close.
Both?
Okay.
Which half is moving? The top?
Yep. It actually looks like they're both moving.
Okay, yeah, then both.
It will be overreach to cast it on both.
Then I'll do the top.
Okay. As Mona casts this spell, Parallax, what are you doing?
I am upset that didn't work as I would have hoped. But let's see, man. I guess I could do another portal spell. This time, I'm gonna try to do it from like perpendicular to what it was before. So from like instead of his waist, it's from top to bottom.
Yeah, you can absolutely cast another space attack spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me actually mark down my mana before I forget to do that. I already spent 2 of the 3 mana I got. Hurt myself again, probably. I got 3 successes that time.
Yeah, so you do it and like pieces of the front of the armor fall off as like it's thrust apart, but then it starts like immediately knitting itself back together.
Is this thing like filled with mana? Like, because it's magical in a way? Like it's got fate on it?
It doesn't have mana exactly, but you can definitely see that it has some sort of energy.
Okay, well, I rolled a 3 for the gravity.
Yeah, and that gravity is holding it down in place somewhat. It's giving it a penalty on these actions. Byron is actually continuing to like focus this water torrent upon the armor, and water starts coming out of the armor.
Can I somehow... Can I try again to like use my fate magic to find out maybe... no, that's not me. That's older Ethyl. I call out to Ethyl. I say, this is a good time to try again. He's not going anywhere very fast. Parallax, you should maybe pick up Hannah and let's run if this doesn't work.
When I had tried before, did it feel like I had any chance that I could cut through that, or did it feel just way beyond? Yeah, okay. Way beyond anything I could do.
Oh, okay. Then if no one else has any better idea, I say we run and recuperate.
Agreed.
Okay.
Where in the snake are we, Rudy?
So you have gone down past the room filled with snakes, and then the Black Knight appeared there behind you. Then you're in the tunnel filled with vines on the way to unknown space. Technically, Hannah knows what's there.
Well, we'd have to get past the armor to go back. So, onwards?
Onwards, I guess.
Unless, Parallax, can you just do a portal straight to the mansion?
Yeah, but that doesn't solve the issue with him being here. I mean...
Yeah, but we'll be more protected in the mansion. Your whole family's there.
Yeah, well, it's not... Alright, I have one last idea. It's not what I wanted to do, but I'm gonna cast one last portal, but I'm gonna try to send him back from... like it's gonna be like right underneath him, and try to send him back to where he came from.
You don't have a great connection to that place, so it's going to be hard to open a portal there.
Could you use some of... I don't know if Ramona bled on me when I cut her in half, but... Yeah, I don't know if vampires bleed.
It's sealed over. They do, but not when they're burning with fire, typically.
I definitely feel like we need to destroy him some way, but I mean, I've already cut him in half and it did nothing. So.
Yeah, so you should pick up Hannah and we should run.
But we need to come back here anyway, so this guy will just be here again.
Well, we could just, like, when we run, we'll portal somewhere else. We don't have to go through him.
I mean, regardless, right now, Hannah is hurt, and we need to get Hannah out of here.
I agree. All right. I think we're gonna retreat for now. And yeah, I guess we'll create a portal leading to the mansion.
Yeah. You've been inside that mansion. You can try to create a portal there.
2 successes.
You should use your wedding ring as a yantra.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're focusing back on that spot, and you can see it. It's the patio just beyond where you had gotten married. The other mages have gone from this place.
Excellent. Yeah, I guess I'll grab Hannah, throw them on my shoulder, and try to book it through the portal.
Okay. Strength athletics to do a little bit of grabbing.
Yep.
And Mona and the Ethels, are you following? All right. So would all of you give me dexterity athletics checks? No, you don't have to. You're being carried in theory.
I got 1 success in carrying Hannah.
Would you roll me a dexterity plus athletics check -2?
Yep.
No, none successes for Ethel. So Mona, you leap through that portal. Ethel, you trip on some of the vines.
I wouldn't go without Ethel, so...
Horror movie style. So yeah, you turn back and you see through the portal that they are fallen. Parallax, how many successes did you get?
Just 1 bad time.
1. So you've almost reached the edge of that portal when the night has almost fully reformed.
No, what I'm saying is, like, I would not have gone in because I'm holding him down. I'm waiting for everyone to go in first, and I'm planning on being the last one to go through.
Okay. Roll another forces plus gnosis check.
Okay.
Two successes. It's rising against the force of your gravity. It's going to pull the sword back from where it had stabbed into Hannah. You took it out when you picked them up, and now it's going to try to move in to attack. But Ethels, what are you doing?
Just get up and try to keep going forward towards the portal.
All right, you get one more chance to dexterity athletics check out of this room before the night moves again.
All right, 1 success on one Ethel. And 2 successes on the other Ethel. A little fear. Yeah, Ethels.
All right. They scramble through the portal, helping each other just as that blade swings towards them. And Parallax, you step through at the same time, and you all kind of stumble over each other. Mona, as you are holding the line as the last one there, that sword flies towards Ethel and then banks towards you. The blade hovers just a bit in front of your face as you have your force shield that is going to stop most of this damage, you hope. The blade cracks through that force shield and you are knocked back. You take 3 points of bashing damage as your body has a massive wound across it. The death ward holds. Do you stumble back through the portal? Okay, you do that. Everyone is now out.
Okay, yeah. If everyone's gone, then yes.
In the moonlight, though, it's nighttime now here at the mansion.
Wait, did you say 3 bashing?
3 bashing.
And that's slashes?
Yep.
Okay.
They would have been lethal, but Ethel's protecting your life, and your bodies are reacting like Hannah's was, as if it was already dead.
Great. I say, close it! Close it! Close it!
Parallax, you close that portal just as you see the night rise again.
Lesson learned.
Lower body.
Always close your portals when you're done. Let's get inside. Let's go inside, please. I know there are wards around this building, but I'd feel safer inside.
As you walk towards the entrance, you see a man with dark hair standing there. Parallax, you recognize Hrodwulf. They are a member of the Leon family. And looking at you all, they are surprised.
Yeah, I walk up to him, and Hannah's still on my shoulder, and I give him like a look of sort of dismay, and just they say we ran into an unfortunate hiccup. We come here to recuperate.
He immediately seems alarmed by this. He says, I will get Numa. Please, you may wait here. And he starts running, like all out running, into this house.
As soon as he's out of earshot, I'm going to ask the group, what makes us so sure that the Dark Knight won't just follow us out of the snake? What's keeping him in there?
No idea.
Well, this house has a lot of wards around it and protection spells, so we're inside the building though, right?
True, but most of the wards seem to be around the lands itself. There's nothing really specifically protecting this house.
Okay, but like this house is filled with guests, right? They haven't already left, have they?
It's nighttime now.
Okay.
It seems like they might have all left.
Your whole family is here, so that's at least like 4 more people. Numa's here, so power in numbers.
You need a powerful fate mage, I think, to take on that armor. You need to sever its fate.
Numa is here, and he looks as though he had been sleeping. He stumbles out into this area with Hrodwulf, and following behind them, Rain. They all look over at you, and Numa says, "What'd you find?"
Are you familiar with the name Mordred?
I can't say that I am.
Well, it seems Hannah somehow stumbled into their realm, and in bringing her back, Mordred came into ours, and we put up a good fight, but no matter what we threw at him, he just kept coming back. So we had to retreat to here. He's probably still in the snake as we speak.
You turn and look at the snake. And standing there in the mouth of the snake is a suit of black armor.
You should probably call for reinforcements. Someone really good at fate. He's been fated in this armor. It's cursed. His spirit can't be freed.
And that connection of fate is very, very hard to sever.
Numa looks like he's doing some mental calculations and says, it could be a true fae. They're unkillable.
I actually can see that it is not a fae because I looked at it with my prom sight, and it is actually fate itself.
The true fae are fate itself. The knight is walking across towards the room where you are all standing. let me do what I can. Numa is going to bend down over Hannah, cast a spell. It's life magic. And he gets 4 successes on that spell, which would heal up to 8 bashing damage. Your body just knits back together. And a glowing rune appears on Hannah's forehead as they heal.
Oh, that sucked. You're safe.
Numa turns to Rodwolf and says, "Get her out of here," and points down the hallway.
Who's he talking about?
He's talking about Rain.
What about Alora?
Alora doesn't appear to be here, or isn't here at the moment.
Well, Hannah assumes that he's talking about Alora. He says, yeah, I mean, she can't even like protect herself here. This guy is friends with some really evil Queen of Darkness. I don't know what her deal is. Not good. Can you banish the Fae back?
You've brought the true Fae to my door. There are certain rituals that we could perform, but we don't have the time to do them now. We must leave.
We can draw it away from the estate.
As he says this, the Black Knight moves into the room with extreme speed. It's just like...
Is he like breaking through all the doors?
Yep. The
Okay.
doors just shatter. It flies through, and it's going to grab Hannah.